Hello, we are Sornia. Thank you for all of your wonderful questions. Thank you for all of your wonderful responses to our messages we share with you. Thank you for the support that you give us, and we hope that you feel the support that we have for you. What we're doing is working. It's working, and you're in small numbers, you should say, or we should say. And that's okay, because in small numbers, you are having a very large impact. And it's working. We can tell you that. We can tell you that with confidence. What do we mean it's working? That what all of you are doing, you are hearing not just what we share with you, but you are taking the time to understand who you are. As we have been sharing with you and offering to you for a very long time, you're understanding the nature of your own existence in the reality that you call the third dimensional reality. It's so much to take in, really, but we want you to know that what you're doing is, once again, having this profound impact. Many who might not have ever awakened to the potential of the freedom to find the inner truth of who they are, that expanded state, that essence of who you are, many of them are finding it because of the persistence that you have all shown in taking care of yourselves, radiating out the essence of who you are, overriding, in a sense, the limitations imposed upon you in that dense reality that is third dimensional Earth. Very dense reality. And you know all of this. We're just sort of bringing it all together in this way, summarizing in a sense, so that you know that what you do is having a positive impact. It is allowing for the frequency, the vibration to raise on your planet so that it can be accessible to others who are beginning to search for that very freedom that comes with knowing the truth of who you really are and knowing that you are an infinite being having a human experience. So keep doing it. All of you who hear these messages, you have a specific role that you are playing out, if you will. Each of you in your separate communities, you are all still united in your goal, in your intention, in your desire to help raise the consciousness of the planet, not just for yourselves, but for everyone. Because you understand that you are all one, that what you do affects your neighbor, affects the other beings on the planet, as what they do affects you. So when you have the intensity of negative, fear-based emotions, those can affect you also. When you are able to stand in front of the energy as it comes to you, or you feel it, right? And you are able to stand in your own truth of the knowing that you are an eternal being and no harm can come to you. It's just an experience. You are able to dissolve that energy. It has no place to go. It becomes weak and it becomes less of a force to be dealt with in a strong way. So fear being so much the force, the energetic force on your planet at this time. It's all around you. It's always been there. There's always been fear. but it's intensified. And you all know this because we've talked about all of this. It's just to reiterate and have you know that you have all, in some way or another, since you have learned these things or remembered, you knew them. That's why you heard the messages. You knew these things. Your soul understands them. It's why you are in human form. And since you have all remembered them through what we have shared with you and have projected out to the world that essence of who you are, that beauty of that eternal self, others have been affected by it, and on it goes. So the fear, the force that is fear, because it's truly a force on your planet, it dissipates. It's a little bit at a time or a lot at a time. Coming together, all of you coming together, it's now coming to that time. Uniting all your different groups. You could still keep your different groups, but those of you who understand what it is you're doing and what is happening to you from these different forces that we've talked about that want to keep you abiding by their rules and their limitations. Those of you who understand who you really are and what it is that you are doing here, you're the ones that have had the greatest impact. Therefore, we are now telling you, please look to come together. If you cannot come together in a physical way, because sometimes, given how you have all chosen different locations to be in, it's not always possible for you to come together in the physical, but you can come together in spirit. Find ways of doing that. We encourage you to do that. Coming together, supporting those others who may not have the same language as you in terms of understanding spirituality, but they understand what it means to be free. They understand what that means. Coming together with others, like-minded, who want to live in peace and want to live in harmony. Now is the time. You'll see this. You'll see this. Stay open, stay receptive, because this is the next step. This is the the beauty of what is happening. You are able to hold that light, hold that divine presence that you are, and show that to others. Others come and join you. So you are all doing your best to make sure that as many people as possible feel what it is that you feel and have the same opportunity as you to expand and grow. Your third dimensional reality, how do we say this? So you are residing in that third dimensional reality, but you're not there all the time. Your consciousness, if you will, resides in other realities when you go into a sleep state, or when those other aspects of you that are not incarnated in this third dimensional reality, those other aspects of your soul are in other realms. You are expanding and growing in the same way and getting that connection to each other in the other dimensional realities. So what are we trying to say here? We're a little confusing right now, because what we are bringing forth is that even though you are still aware of the density of your third dimensional reality, you are also becoming aware of your essence, those aspects of you that have experiences in these other vibrational dimensional realities of a different vibration. And you are releasing yourselves from that entanglement of being in the third dimensional reality and not being aware of your other possibilities, let's say. As your vibration increases, as you become more of a light being, lighter, we should say, a brighter light, more expanded, more awareness, you will feel less of an attachment. We believe this is already happening, but we believe if it isn't being felt by you, you will be feeling this thing of having less of an attachment to the third dimensional reality and more of an attachment, if you will, attachment, or more of a liking of these other realities that your soul's other aspects are experiencing. You will become more aware of that. You'll become more aware of your parallel existences. Many of you already have through your dreams and through different experiences, the reality changing. We spoke to you about understanding the nature of your reality, and that's what is happening. So what energetically is occurring is that each one of you has made a choice to put forth all the needed effort to expand your own consciousness within the third dimensional reality, to release yourself from there, so you are no longer incapable of seeing what else is possible. What do we mean by that? We've spoken to you about what happens when your earthly third dimensional existence ceases to be. You call that dying. When you remove yourself, that part of you that is done with whatever it is that it chose to do in the third dimensional reality, chooses to then leave that form. What happens is you join with your other aspects and become a little bit more whole. What you will experience as you are able to expand your own consciousness, and this is what you're doing right now, all of you, as you are expanding your own consciousness, you will leave your physical forms and you will no longer be entrapped in the cycle of reincarnation. Because how it works is when you are leaving your physical form, if you have not raised your vibration to a certain degree, you cannot see or sense the possibilities beyond the limited space that is presented to you, that is tied into these cycles of reincarnation. What will happen for most of you is you will leave this physical reality and you will move beyond the limited space that you have been incarnating in for the last, many of you, for a very long time, 26,000 years. This is that whole experience of the awakening, of the ascension. You see, reincarnating into the third dimensional reality has been happening because your vibration was tied into that cycle. You could not, as a soul, see anything beyond. what that limited space of that is tied to the third dimensional reality is presenting to you. So that is why you've had repeated lifetimes on Earth as the third dimensional Earth. But that is all coming to an end. For those of you who have chosen to expand who you are and move beyond this limitation. Some of you may come back, but we really highly doubt it. There's nothing for you in third dimensional reality any longer once you have left this particular incarnation that you are in. If you are leaving, it is because you have completed what it is that you needed to learn, and you are on your way to exploring beyond this limited space that you have been incarnating in over and over again for the last 26,000 years. You're going to just go, and some of you will just go and relax somewhere. We say relax, but you really don't feel the need to relax. But some of you may. You may just go and indulge the parts of you that have longed for home. But the bottom line is for you to understand the purpose of everything at this time is to free yourselves from the entanglement of the earthly existence as it's known by you in its third dimensional limited expression. You're done with it. You're done with it. And you don't need it any longer. You are shedding the belief that the way to expand your consciousness is by continually causing yourself to come into earthly third dimensional existence and suffer. You're beginning to understand there's no value any longer in that suffering. You'll see this. You'll see this in time. I want you to know I am part of the Galactic Federation here. I am a newcomer. I am part of Sornia, here to assist. But I come from the ninth dimensional reality as you understand it. And many of you will be coming to join me and others that are there. So we have come forth today to prepare you and to encourage you and to suggest to you to open your hearts. Open your hearts to everything and everyone. No more closed hearts. Your heart connects you to all that's possible. The heart center. So open your hearts. Welcome in everything. Nothing can come in to a pure heart that will harm it. Nothing. Show that. Do not be afraid of what appears to be a threat. Know that you have nothing, absolutely nothing to fear. Ever. That has been the greatest mechanism of control on your planet, fear. And as you overcome the energy that allows you to recognize, even believe that there is anything to fear. As you do that, you free yourself and you free, let's say, make pathways for others to find that within themselves as well. We are so content, so happy to have had this opportunity to share this information with you. We hope to come forward with more. We're very occupied with what's going on beyond what you are able to see with your physical eyes, but you may sense there's much going on in the unseen world. Very much going on that affects your seen world, but you will understand that soon enough. We are very grateful to all of you. It is for us an honor and a pleasure to be able to assist you, as we know that you are assisting us. We are in this together, and it's running beautifully. It's moving beautifully. And we are looking forward to more communication with you. That is all we have to share with you. There is so much more coming for you that you will welcome and you will embrace and bring forward through you. We are Sornia. We love you very much. Goodbye.